Welcome folks to day 3 at Zandvoort of my short week-long video blog series of me practicing, learning the track and doing some small setup tweaks in preparation for the eSENIOR League GT3 and GT4 races this week. So thanks again for the comments and the feedback on YouTube and Facebook, guys. Really much appreciated. You know, I'm still kind of playing around at all this video editing lark and sticking stuff up on YouTube. Really enjoying it. So any feedback you can give me, good or bad, on these little videos is much appreciated. I mentioned yesterday that I could see there was a bit of an issue with the in-sim footage. The resolution didn't seem that good, so I figured that out. Those of you who are interested, I was doing my recording with OBS and I noticed that the default setting in the recording tab that the bit rate is set to 2500, which is kind of low. So I bumped that up to 6000 and everything is nice and crisp and clear now. So that's all done. As I mentioned, I've been doing some learning at this circuit for the GT3 and GT4 races. However, today's video is going to be purely GT4, mainly because the race is tonight and I'm at hours away, so I've really got to do some practice there and get some competitive lap times in preparation for tonight's race, which I'll be live streaming again on my YouTube channel. So if you want to watch that, you can drop in there. The race will be starting 7 PM UK time, so 7 to 7:30 will be qualifying, and then the race is just half an hour, so 7:30 to 8 PM is the race if you want to watch it live. Of course, my live stream will be archived on my YouTube channel, so if you're busy at that time, you can go and watch it later. So, GT4 then, so what's it all about? What are the GT4 cars? Well, my understanding is they're like the little brother to the GT3 cars, a bit like F2 is to F1. They're meant to be around 10 seconds slower, I think, around circuits. So, bearing in mind, yesterday in my GT3 Ferrari, I managed to get down to 140. So if I can get around 150 in this car, then I'll be fairly happy after today. The GT4 cars are meant to be a little bit easier to handle than the GT3 cars. They're maybe more suited towards beginners in sim racing and Assetto Corsa Competizione as well. They're a good introduction. The admins who run the eSENIOR League introduced this midweek sort of fun GT4 race exactly for people who maybe weren't that confident in the GT3 cars, or they just wanted to learn a bit of a slower pace with less pressure. So an excellent idea, and it's been quite a success so far. So I'm looking forward to tonight's race. My car, which you can see here, I drove all the GT4 cars just to try and get an idea of what they felt like, and I decided that this car was most suited to my driving style. So this is the AMG Merc, and you can see I've got it done in my same livery as my GT3 Ferrari, the nice blue and white of my team Cossi Rapido. The blue and white is obviously the Scottish flag. It's St Andrews salt tires, so I've tried to get it as close to the colours as I can there. So this will be what I'm racing tonight, and let's hope we can get a decent result in tonight's race. Again, for folks who don't actually own ACC, I just wanted to put up this little video of the interior of the car. It's quite incredible the detail that Kunos, the software developer, has gone into in all these cars. You see the texture of the dash and the doors and the seats and all the buttons that they've modelled. Quite incredible, and obviously a labour of love for these software developers. Okay, enough chatting, let's get to the circuit and see what we can do in this GT4 AMG Mercedes. So this is a hot lap after repeating the process I did yesterday in my GT3 car, where I loaded in the safe setup and made no changes to it whatsoever, drove around a few laps, came back in, and then loaded up Race Engineer, ACC Race Engineer in the background, did a few more laps, and then alt-tabbed out to see what its suggestions were. Hopefully you can see from the screenshot I've put in picture here that there was quite a few suggestions, obviously, for the tyres. The front left needed 1.7, the front right needed 2.9, the back left needed 1.4, and the back right needed 2.1. And it also told me that it reckons I would need 2.01 litres of fuel per lap. So for a 30-minute race, which is tonight's GT4 race, I would need 33 litres. I've got a TV-style replay of this exact same lap coming up immediately after this replay. You can see it resulted in a 151.567. So I'm getting pretty close to that 150 that I would quite like, 10 seconds slower than my GT3 time. And once we get round and start the lap again, I'll maybe just comment on a few of the corners. Okay, so here we are coming round to start the lap again from the TV angle. So honking it down the start-finish straight, and I tend to brake at round about this little sort of marshal's box, white line there as well. Catch the curbing a wee bit on the inside. I'm not sure if you meant to do that, but it didn't seem to upset the car too much. Down to first gear for this corner for me. And then the big pedal to the metal bit, swooping curves. I really love this section. And there's a little orange mark on the inside on the fencing that I brake for that corner. This one kissing that rumble strip on the inside seems to be a good line. I'm getting better at this one as well. My Nemesis corners, and this one as well. A couple of guys gave me some tips on Discord, the line to take there, so thanks very much guys, it was very helpful. Now the run down to the chicane, and I brake just before the rumble strips. Keeping it in first round here. Then up second into third, feathering the throttle round this corner, and once I can see my exit point here, pedal to the metal again. Okay guys, so it's coming up to lunchtime here, so what I'm going to do is maybe nip out just for a few more laps, see what sort of times I can get. I might make some very slight setup tweaks. If I do, I'll tell you what they were after lunch. And then this afternoon, I thought to give me some experience of racing other cars around Zandvoort, I'm going to try a 10-minute fun race with the AI starting from the back in GT4, and I'll try and record the whole thing and do a bit of commentary as I'm doing it, and hopefully that'll be a bit of a laugh. We'll see where I can come in. We'll see what the AI braking points are like in GT4, and hopefully I'll learn something for tonight's race later on. Okay, that's it for now. Back after lunch. Okay guys, back from lunch, and as I said before I broke for lunch, that I went back out just a couple of minutes ago, put 16 litres of fuel in the car for this 10-minute race I'm going to do. The only other changes I made was I changed the brake type from Type 2, the default, to Type 1. I then went out and I ran just a few more laps and had a look at ACC Race Engineer again, and there were only some very, very minor tweaks to the tyre pressures being suggested, 0.1, 0.2, you know, really, really small changes. So I made these changes and then went back out again, and I did a few laps and I broke the 150 mark. I got a 149.194, which I'm really chuffed about. Obviously running a lot less fuel, so that's going to make a difference. So then I thought, okay, let's try this 10-minute race, starting from the back. 16 cars, so 15 AI and me, 10-minute race around Zandvoort, just to see what I could do. I run the AI at about 85%, so not that high to be honest, just to allow me to get past a few of the back markers and then get a little bit of a challenge as I get further up the grid. Now obviously I've done the race and I've watched the replay, and it's highly entertaining. I definitely would recommend you watch it all the way through. I had great fun in it, and it's given me a few pointers for tonight's GT4 race at 7 o'clock UK time. So for your viewing pleasure, here is the race.
Staying double file.
Okay folks, here we are on the grid, waiting for the race to start. As I say, I'm right at the back, number 16 out of a grid of 16, so 15 AI. So just coming round the last couple of corners in formation for the rolling start. Up the graphics setting on ACC, it's looking a bit better. The system seems to be handling it. Wait for the green light, there we go. Take it easy going into the first corner. But you should know you never win a race at the first corner. See, the tyres are pretty much blue. No temperature in them, so that's going to take at least 2 or 3 laps. Managing to get past a few back markers here. I think I get up the inside of this guy. Here we go.
Clear on the right.
So not a bad first few corners. I'm up to 12th already. Closing up on the back of this guy. And
car on the left. Clear on the left.
Thought about it on the inside there.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Amazingly enough, I take him at my Nemesis corner, which I didn't expect to be overtaking cars there. And down straight to the hairpin for the first time.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Again, managed to take somebody at the hairpin.
Car on the right.
So up to 11th now. Oh, up to 10th.
Clear on the right.
And round to complete the first lap. Tyres are looking better already. Getting a slipstream of this guy.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Fairly easy pass. Up to 9th. So as I work my way up the field, the AI opponents are getting stronger and stronger. I really love this section. So you'll see the orange mark on the left where I usually brake. Getting right up on the back of this guy.
Car on the left.
Again, thought about taking him at that corner.
Car on the left. Clear on the
And
left.
again, Windamisa's corner seems to be the place which I really didn't expect. Up to 8th now. To the chicane. Right with this guy again. See if I can get him in the last complex. Just managed to tuck in on the inside.
Clear on the left.
Which takes me up to 7th. Tyres are really on song now, so I'm starting to brake a little bit later. Sticking right with this guy through that twisty section. Through the fast sweeping bends. Again, I don't think that's an overtaking point. I think you just have to stick with cars there.
Car on the left.
2 overtaking corners coming up here, so I take him
Clear on the
there.
left.
And as I've said, this next corner seems to be an overtaking place for me as well.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
So, up to 6th place now. The AI getting harder. This is a potential overtaking part here if you can stick on the inside. I've got the guy on the inside again, so
Clear on the left.
I'm giving all my secrets away for you guys for tonight. You'll be knowing where I'm going to try and overtake you. Right down here, getting the slipstream of this guy, hopefully.
Fastest lap of the race.
Outbrake him into the first corner. Up to 4th. So, 3 cars ahead now, and they are giving me quite a mighty fight. See that guy pulling away, so I'm really going to have to start braking later, taking a few more risks to see if I can get past anyone now. Closing up on him. Not quite close enough there. Or there.
Car on the right. Clear
Yeah,
on
that
the
was
right.
a bit of an experiment to see if I could overtake at that corner, which I can. So there you go, I've learned something else. So, up to 3rd. Only 3 minutes of the race left though. This driver as front is keeping me honest. He's keeping a good gap there. So if I want to improve at all, I'm going to have to start driving a little bit out with my limit, I think. We'll give it a go anyway.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
So I've managed to close up on him in the first corner. You can see I'm setting a fastest personal time there. It's in the green. Now, crucial to try and stick with him through this fast bit. And I'm going to try and brake a little bit later up here. So I'm right with him now in his slipstream.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Close racing.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I managed to get him. So up to second. Only one car ahead of me, but I fear he's quite far ahead. And only about a minute of the race to go. So basically, one more lap after this. There he is, just ahead of me, just going round that corner. Quite a distance to make up in just the one lap. Get on the grass a little bit there, so that's a mistake by me.
Give it all you can.
Okay, here we go, last lap. Let's see if we can at least reel him in a little bit. So again, I'm green in my time, I'm up on my personal best. Still can't see him ahead of me. Some late braking here again. Keep the speed right through this big sweeper. Still no sign of him ahead. It's all valuable information, though. The more laps you do, the more you know the circuit, and the faster you'll be. Last run down to the hairpin. Oh, and there he is. I just caught a glimpse of him. So I think I've closed the gap a little bit. But there's no way I'm going to catch him before the end of the lap. So that's going to be the video for today. I need to go and output this now and edit it a little bit in Adobe Premiere and then get it up to YouTube. Have some tea and get into the race tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed it all, guys. Back tomorrow with more GT3 stuff, and I look forward to seeing you all on track tonight.